friends, welcome to our channel's tutors. So today we are going to discuss the exercise questions of the chapter Chemical Reaction and Equation class 10 chemistry. If you haven't seen the previous videos on this chapter, the link is given below in the description so that you can watch before discussing the exercise questions. So let's start. The first question is, which of the statement about the reaction below are incorrect? The reaction is 2PbO plus C gives 2Pb plus CO2. That is, lead oxide reacts with carbon to give lead and carbon dioxide. The statements are: statement A, lead is getting reduced; statement B, carbon dioxide is getting oxidized; statement C, carbon is getting oxidized; and statement D, lead oxide is getting reduced. The options are: option 1, A and B are incorrect; option 2, A and C are incorrect; option 3, A, B and C are incorrect; and option 4, all of the above statements are incorrect. So, for getting the answer, let's analyze the reaction. Here in the reaction, we can see that lead oxide undergoes reduction, that is loss of oxygen, and forms lead. And carbon undergoes oxidation, that is gaining of oxygen or addition of oxygen, and forms carbon dioxide. Now let's check the statements. Statement 1 tells that is statement A tells that lead is getting reduced. Here in the equation we can see that lead is not getting reduced. Instead, lead oxide is getting reduced to lead. So, statement A is incorrect. Now, moving on to statement B. Statement B tells that carbon dioxide is getting oxidized. Here in the equation we can see that carbon dioxide, which is in the right hand side, is not getting oxidized. Instead, carbon is getting oxidized, that is addition of oxygen, and forms carbon dioxide. So, statement B is also incorrect. Now moving on to statement C. Carbon is getting oxidized. This statement is a true statement, as we can see that carbon undergoes oxidation, that is addition of oxygen, and forms carbon dioxide. Hence, carbon is getting oxidized. So it's a correct statement. Now moving on to the statement 4, that is statement D. Lead oxide is getting reduced. This is also a true statement, as we can see that lead oxide undergoes reduction, that is removal of oxygen or loss of oxygen, and forms lead. So lead oxide is getting reduced. So from the option, the correct answer is 1. That is, A and B are incorrect. Now moving on to the next question. The next question is, Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives Al2O3 plus 2Fe. The reaction is an example of. The options are: option A, combination reaction; option B, double displacement reaction; option C, decomposition reaction; and option D, displacement reaction. The correct answer is displacement reaction. As in the above reaction, we can see that aluminum is more reactive than iron, so it displaces iron from Fe2O3, that is iron oxide, to form Al2O3, that is aluminum oxide. Hence, it is a displacement reaction. Now, moving on to third question. The third question is, what happens when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to iron fillings? Tick the correct answer. The options are: option A, hydrogen gas and iron chloride are produced; option B, chlorine gas and iron hydroxide are produced; option C, no reaction takes place; and option D, iron salt and water are produced. The correct answer is hydrogen gas and iron chloride are produced. Here this answer came because iron, being more reactive than hydrogen, displaces hydrogen from dilute hydrochloric acid. Thus, hydrogen gas and iron chloride, a salt of iron, are formed. Now, moving on to next question, that is fourth question. What is a balanced chemical equation? Why should chemical equation be balanced? The answer is, when the number of atoms of different element on reactant and product side are equal, then the chemical equation is called balanced chemical equation. If a chemical equation is not balanced, it is a skeletal equation. The next point is, a chemical equation need to be balanced Because a chemical reaction is just a rearrangement of atoms. The main reason for why we should balance the chemical equation is atoms themselves are neither created nor destroyed during a course of a chemical reaction. The chemical equation needs to be balanced to follow the law of conservation of mass. Please note that the questions from 5 to 8 are based on balancing chemical reaction. It is not added in this video. So let's move on to 9th question. The 9th question is, what does one mean by exothermic and endothermic reaction? Give examples. Answer. Chemical reactions that release energy in the form of heat, light or sound are called exothermic reaction. For example, the reaction of carbon and oxygen to form carbon dioxide and heat energy. We can see that in this reaction, heat is evolved. So, an exothermic reaction is a reaction which proceeds with the evolution of heat or energy. Next, the reaction that absorbs energy or require energy in order to proceed are called endothermic reaction. Example is N2 plus O2 gives 2NO. We can see that this reaction takes place in the presence of heat. So, endothermic reaction is a reaction which involves the absorption of heat or energy. Now, moving on to 10th question. The 10th question is, why is respiration considered an exothermic reaction? Explain. As we all know, exothermic reaction is a reaction in which evolution of a heat or energy takes place. So, for considering respiration as an exothermic reaction, there should be some evolution of a heat or energy. So the answer is, respiration is a burning process of food in body to produce energy. Respiration is considered as an exothermic reaction because in respiration, oxidation of glucose takes place which produces a large amount of heat energy which is stored in the form of ATP. So in respiration, large amount of heat energy is formed. So it is considered as an exothermic reaction. The reaction which takes place in respiration is C6H12O6 plus CO2, that is glucose plus O2 gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O and a lot of energy in the form of ATP. So let's move on to the 11th question. The 11th question is, why are decomposition reactions called the opposite of combination reaction? Write equation for these reactions. So before moving on to the question, let's understand what is decomposition reaction and combination reaction. Decomposition reaction is a reaction in which a single reactant breaks down to form two or more products. And combination reaction is a reaction in which two or more reactants combine to form a single product. So answer is, in a combination reaction, two or more substances are combined to form a new substance, while in the decomposition reaction, one substance decomposes into two or more substances. Hence it is opposite. So let's understand with an example of H2O. A combination reaction of H2O is 2H2 plus O2 and forms 2H2O. And the decomposition reaction of H2O is 2H2O decomposes or breaks to form 2H2 and O. The next question is, write one equation each of decomposition reaction where energy is supplied in the form of heat, light or electricity. So this question means that we should give an example of decomposition reaction which takes place in the presence of heat, light or electricity. So the answer is CaCO3 in the presence of heat decomposes to form CaO and CO2. Then 2AgCl in the presence of sunlight forms 2Ag plus Cl2. Then 2H2O in the presence of electricity, that is electrolysis, and forms 2H2 and O. Moving on to 13th question. The 13th question is, What is the difference between displacement and double displacement reactions? Write equations for these reactions. Answer. In displacement reaction, a more reactive element replaces a less reactive element from its compound, while in double displacement reaction, exchange of ions takes place. Let's understand with example. Example for displacement reaction is the reaction of copper sulfate with zinc to give zinc sulfate and copper. Here, zinc is more reactive element as compared to copper. So, zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate solution and forms zinc sulfate and copper. Now let's look on to the double displacement reaction example. That is, sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride and gives barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. Here, sulfate ion and chloride ion gets exchanged. That is, double displacement reaction takes place. Now moving on to the 14th question. The 14th question is, in the refining of silver, the recovery of silver from silver nitrate solution involved displacement by copper metal. Write down the reaction involved. Answer. When copper is mixed in silver nitrate solution, it displaces silver because copper is more reactive than silver. The equation is 2AgNO3 plus Cu gives CuNO3 twice plus 2Ag. That is, silver nitrate reacts with copper to give copper nitrate and silver. Now moving on to the 15th question. The 15th question is, what do you mean by a precipitation reaction? Explain by giving examples. Answer. A reaction in which an insoluble solid called a precipitate is formed is called precipitation reaction. When two solutions containing soluble salts are combined, a double displacement reaction takes place in which the ions are exchanged between the compounds. When one of such compounds formed is in solid form, then it settles down at the bottom of the container. This solid is known as precipitate and the respective reaction is termed as precipitation reaction. Example. Sodium carbonate reacts with calcium chloride to give calcium carbonate and sodium chloride. In this reaction, calcium carbonate is obtained as precipitate. Hence, it is a precipitation reaction. Now moving on to the 16th question. Explain the following in terms of gain or loss of oxygen with two examples each. First one is oxidation and second one is reduction. Oxidation reaction. It is a chemical reaction in which gain of oxygen takes place. Example. 2Mg plus O2 in the presence of heat forms 2MgO. Now next is reduction reaction. It is a chemical reaction in which loss of oxygen takes place. Example. CuO plus H2 in the presence of heat gives Cu plus H2O. Here, copper oxide is reduced to become copper. Next example is ZnO plus C gives Zn plus Co. Here, zinc oxide is reduced to become zinc. Now moving on to the 17th question. The 17th question is, a shiny brown colored element X on heating in air becomes black in color. Name the element X and the black colored compound formed. Answer. X is copper and the black colored compound formed is copper oxide, CuO. The shiny brown colored element is copper metal. When the metal is heated in air, it reacts with atmospheric oxygen to form copper oxide. Hence, the black colored compound is copper oxide. The equation is 2Cu plus O2 in the presence of heat gives 2CuO. Here in the example you can see it is written under Cu that shiny brown in color and it reacts with oxygen and gives 2CuO which is black in color. Now moving on to the 18th question. The 18th question is, why do we apply paint on iron article? Answer. Iron articles are painted because it prevents them from rusting. When painted, the contact of iron articles from moisture and air is cut off. Hence, rusting is prevented. Iron articles are painted to prevent them from rusting. When left unpainted, the metal surface comes in contact with the atmospheric oxygen and in the presence of moisture, it forms iron 3 oxide. But if painted, The surface does not come in contact with moisture and air, thus preventing rusting. Now moving on to 19th question. The 19th question is, oil and fat containing food items are flushed with nitrogen. Why? Answer: oil and fat containing food items flushed with nitrogen because nitrogen acts as an antioxidant and it prevents them from being oxidized. The main purpose of flushing nitrogen into food packets that contain oil and fat items is to prevent rancidity, which occur when the oil or fat reacts with oxygen, letting out an unpleasant smell and taste. Therefore, by flushing nitrogen, an unreactive surrounding is created, thus preventing rancidity. Now moving on to the 20th question, which is the last question of this exercise. The 20th question is, explain the following terms with one example each. The first term is corrosion and the second term is rancidity. Let's explain the first term. That is corrosion. Corrosion is defined as a process where material, usually metals, deteriorate as a result of a chemical reaction with air, moisture, chemicals, etc. Corrosion is a process where a refined metal is oxidized by atmospheric oxygen to form a more stable compound such as oxides. The metal gradually degrades during the corrosion process. Rusting of iron is a good example of corrosion, where the iron is converted to iron oxide. Millions of dollars are spent annually in preventing rusting from bridges and other monuments. Example is, iron in the presence of moisture reacts with oxygen to form hydrated iron oxide. The equation is 4Fe plus 3O2 plus NH2O gives 2Fe2O3 dot NH2O. Now, rancidity. Rancidity is the process of oxidation of fat and oils that can be easily noticed by the change in taste and smell. For example, the taste and smell of butter changes when kept for long. The condition produced by the aerial oxidation of the oil and fat present in the food material that produces an unpleasant taste and smell. The rancidity is retarded when a food is kept inside a refrigerator, since the lower temperature does not promote the oxidation reaction. So that's all. Hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you.